People behavior. Run grew up in a small village, where life moved at a slow pace. People were kind on the surface, but behind closed doors, there was gossip, jealousy, and mistrust. Everyone had an opinion about others, and most of it wasn't kind. Run, an ambitious young man, often found himself on the receiving end of these judgments. "Look at him," the villagers would say, "always dreaming too big. Does he think he's better than us?" Despite the whispers, Run was determined to break free from the negativity. He had big dreams. He wanted to start his own business, build a better future for his family, and inspire others. But the people around him didn't believe in him. Every time he tried something new, they pulled him down with discouraging words. One evening, sitting under the old banyan tree, Run's grandfather, an aged man with deep wisdom, placed a hand on his shoulder. "Son," he said, "people's behavior is like the wind. It changes directions all the time. If you live your life based on what others say, you will never find your path. Stand firm like this banyan tree, and let the winds pass." Run nodded, but deep inside, he wondered, was it possible to rise above the opinions of others? Determined to prove himself, Run moved to the city with nothing but a few savings, and a heart full of dreams. He started working at a small shop, learning the basics of business. He watched how customers behaved, how sellers negotiated, and most importantly, how people treated each other. He noticed something fascinating. In the village, people criticized those who tried to succeed, but in the city, people admired ambition. If someone opened a shop, others supported them instead of tearing them down. This realization gave him hope. "If I succeed," he thought, "perhaps I can change the mindset of my village." With years of hard work and dedication, Run saved enough money to start his own small store. It wasn't grand, but it was his. However, success didn't come easily. Competitors tried to bring him down, friends doubted him, and some people even cheated him. But Run remembered his grandfather's words. He didn't let the changing wind shake him. Instead of reacting to negativity, he focused on kindness. He treated his customers well, helped struggling vendors, and built a reputation as a fair businessman. Slowly, his store grew, and so did the respect people had for him. One day, an old friend from the village, Ramesh, visited him. "You've changed, Run," Ramesh said. "You've become successful, but do you ever wonder if people truly like you, or if they just pretend to because of your money?" Run smiled. He had faced this question before. People's behavior was unpredictable. Some praised him when he succeeded, but the same ones would criticize him if he failed. "I don't lie for their approval, Ramesh," Run replied. "I live by my values. Whether they like me or not is their choice, but my actions will always be honest." Ramesh looked at him thoughtfully. "You sound wise, my friend, but can you change the way our village thinks?" That question lingered in Run's mind for days. Could he change the deep-rooted behavior of people who had spent their lives pulling each other down? Years passed, and Run's business expanded. He owned multiple stores now, and his success story reached his village. Some admired him, others were jealous, but everyone had something to say. When Run finally returned home, he saw the same patterns. People still gossiped, still judged, still doubted. But he noticed something else. The younger generation looked up to him. They saw hope in his journey. Inspired by this, Run decided to open a small training center in his village. He offered free business education to anyone willing to learn. He shared his struggles, his failures, and the lessons he had learned about people's behavior. At first, many villagers mocked him. "What can he teach us?" they sneered. But some, especially the youth, listened. Slowly, a change began. Young men and women started small businesses. They supported each other instead of competing with jealousy. Run's village, once trapped in negativity, began to thrive. One day, an elderly man from the village approached Run. "Son, I used to speak ill of you. I thought success had made you arrogant. But I see now, you never let people's behavior change who you are. Instead, you changed us." Run smiled. People's behavior is unpredictable, but when we stay true to our values, we influence them more than they influence us. The old man nodded. "You have taught us something important, not by words, but by actions." And so, Run's village transformed, not because he forced change, but because he showed them another way, by standing firm like the banyan tree, unaffected by the shifting winds. Conclusion: the eternal lesson. People's behavior will always change. Some will support you, others will doubt you. Some will praise you today and criticize you tomorrow. But true strength lies in staying rooted in your values. Run's journey teaches us that success isn't just about achieving personal goals. It's about rising above negativity and becoming a force of positive change. In the end, it doesn't matter what people say. What matters is who you choose to be.